did a video, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago about the roughest, the most violent nick in the whole of the UK was a YO, a young offenders institution, yeah. For like, it was for youngsters as well, 15 to 18s, I think. I forgot the name of it. But it got me thinking of about what was the worst YO I was in, and I haven't even been in that many. I thought until I actually stopped and thought about it, I thought I'd been in more. Warren Hill, in Ipswich, Felton, where is that? Middlesex, Aylesbury, in Aylesbury, where's that? Buckinghamshire, isn't it? And Seaweed in Chelmsford. It would, you know, that's got to be a YO. I'm talking back in the day. It was like another prison. It was Seaweed was just for YOs. Did I go with you? Was I where you? No. I'd have to say straight away that the safest, without a doubt, was Warren Hill. One in Ipswich. You got Warren Hill, and then you got the DCAT next door, Hoseley Bay. Bit confusing. When I was in Warren Hill, we called it Hoseley Bay. The people in Warren Hill called Warren Hill Hoseley Bay, and once I got to the DCAT, they was like Hoseley Bay, Warren Hill. Weird, man. Why, I don't know why every single person, including the screws, all called it Hoseley Bay. Yeah, I never once called it Warren Hill when I was there until I got out. Now I call it Warren Hill because that's what everyone calls it. But yeah, when I was there, it was always Hoseley Bay. If I ever spoke about it to anyone, Hoseley Bay. If I knew anyone that had been there, a couple of boys that had been there, it was Hoseley Bay. It was never Warren Hill. Yeah, but that was the safest. I was there for what, 6, 7 months or whatever. 6 months, 5, not 7, not 7, 5, 6. How many fights did I see in Warren Hill, man? Maybe it's changed. Maybe it was like maybe it was proper rowdy back in the day. But it's on the farm. The thing that I remember most about Warren Hill fights, oh mate, is the smell of shit constantly. Yeah, including on the DCAT. Yeah, horse shit, horse manure. It was like a self-sufficient. The grub was good. Portions were massive, man. But it stunk. So high heaven, yeah. I remember that. The thing that stands out the most, and the terrible clothes that they used to give out there, man. I mean, prison clothes ain't good to begin with, are they? Yeah, the prison greys and the blue t-shirt, and then you might get like a purple tracksuit or a blue tracksuit. But Warren Hill, man, they give you like, here's an orange jumper and a green trousers and a red t-shirt, mate. It was terrible. People was walking around like I can't even think of what I was walking around. I was walking around like one as well. Whatever we looked like, mate. Clashing was unreal. Yeah, but it weren't dangerous. No way. Screws are all right there as screws go. No, I didn't feel intimidated by any screw there. You know, sometimes they try and intimidate you. Felton would be one, but yeah. How many fights did I even see in Warren Hill? I had one, I think, in the shower, and I lost that. But other than that, I can't tell you where else did I see having a fight there. Probably I see a couple, but I can't remember. But that's how relaxed it was. I can't even remember. Yeah, so that would be the most safest, the safest. Where else? So we got Felton, Chelmsford, and Aylesbury. They're all on it, really. Warren Hill would be like the safest all on its own, and whatever one's below that, all these three are sort of clustered together. What would be the safest out of that bad bunch? I mean, Aylesbury, man. I was there for what? Nearly 2 years, nigh on 2 years, near enough. 18 months or something, and it was on top there. people robbing each other left, right, and centre there. But I've heard stories about Aylesbury when it sounded 10 times worse, like before when I was there and after. So maybe I just was there at sort of like a relaxed period, yeah, because it was still going off left, right, and centre. But yeah, and I was only in. I've only ever been in Felton for 6 weeks or a month. But mate, I was just seeing fights all day, and I'm just talking about the most rowdiest place, really. And that would be like the most fights and the most bells and bells going off and the most disruption to the day and get back to your cell, the bells going off and then you don't get back out and all that. Never happened in Morrill. happened a bit in Aylesbury. Yeah, the second from last would be Felton. Yeah, I was there for like a month, 6 weeks, a month, fighting all the time, tear ups all the time. I lost another one there. In the waiting room, going to court. I thought I won on the wing, and it really come on top for me in the waiting room. In court a week later, my victory was short lived. But victory, I ate this geezer in front of a screw, mate. No, for well, it get broken up. Yeah, but I see loads of things in it, and screws intimidating you, yeah. One of them allegedly maybe used to like watching you working out through the crack in the door, mate, when you're doing your dips or your sit-ups or whatever you're doing. And what's the night screw doing? Like 2 minutes at the door, and then he'd quickly scarper. Allegedly, got to say that, haven't I? Yeah, but that's all that was wrong with it as well. But Chelmsford, mate, C-wing. Only because I see some right tear-ups in them showers, and I see some boys get it, mate. Worse than any other YO. Some hard boys in there, like that could have a tear-up. Everyone can jump in when there's 10 of you and use tools, and when people ain't looking. I'm talking about people that can actually have a tear-up and probably hold their own against geezers. There was a few boys in there that were built like geezers, mate. Thinking back, some of them have gone on to I don't say fame, like infamy, notoriety and all that. Yeah, man. I never see one geezer. I say geezer, I don't forget, I'm 18 to 21 young men. Do what? Two boys in the shower. Two boys in the shower. He cracked one. That was all shower. I'm getting dry. And he's cracked one and he's gone down, but he got the other by like that and was just kneeing him, mate. Nose was flat like a pancake, mate. Just repeated knees. And you don't really see that a lot in a fight, do you? But your knees like hard like your head, mate. You know what I mean? You're doing damage, man. Bullying, I've never seen anything like it in there. And that's all got to come into it as well. Yeah, that was, I've done multiple videos about that, boys. Hiding under their bed and shower gel, like drinking toilet water and all that. That was all in Chelmsford. Allegedly, everything's alleged, isn't it? But yeah, and at the time, I'm a YO. I'm laughing with the rest of the idiots. We're all laughing at these poor bastards that probably coming to the end of the tether, literally. Like, you know what I mean? Thinking, how much more can I take of this? But kids are so cruel, aren't they? Kids are cruel, man. Compared to, kids are just cruel. Kids are cruel, mate. And a load of young geezers, 18-year-olds, mate. Oh man, it's hilarious, isn't it? When you're seeing someone pouring shampoo all over themselves, like in their cell. It's hilarious, isn't it? But in reality, you know what I mean? I know you've got to stick up for yourself and all that, but it's not that simple, is it? It's really not. And I spoke about it, I think, before I see the screw get the biggest choke slam, like the wrestling move. That was on C-Wing. Gone. Like, air just, mate. Air just come out of this person's body, man. Mate. So I've not seen that many like proper straighteners that have lasted in jail. Do you know? Like I've seen a couple of boys go into the cells and that, and then, or if even if I've been involved in anything, it's like on road. It lasts seconds, doesn't it? Usually, it's done. But I see. Where was it? It was at it. The longest, I think, the longest prison fight I ever saw was in the cells on Sea Wing, down on the ones I should say during social used to be at night. 6 to 8, I think it was, and yeah, the two boys were in a cell and proper at it, man, and yeah, fair and all that. It was totally fair, but it went on for 5 minutes. That's a long time, man. That's a long time. What's that? Nearly 3 rounds in a boxing match. You know what I mean? 3 rounds, 3, 6. Well, 2 rounds. Sorry, nearly 3. Get a duck call. Yeah, but that's surprising, Chelmsford, because if someone had asked me at just top of mid, I would have gone, I Felton, or I would have gone like I would have probably got like thought just Felton Aylesbury, and then Chelmsford. But thinking about it, actually, I've sat here and thought about it to do the videos. 100% Chelmsford Sea Wing back in the day. That was a rowdy old place. It was all East London boys as well, so it was Essex boys and East London boys, and that was it. There was no one else there, no one else from any other manor. That was it. And it used to go off, man. It used to go off constantly. Yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe and we'll chat again. Adios.